Remember how it started. These were not fastened that securely, I think.
It's been almost 50 years since 86-year-old David Scott has last seen his prized possession, the first ever privately built hovercraft in Canada.
And it's great to see it again. It's an old friend. I spent a lot of time with it.
At the Maritime Museum's storage facility Friday, Scott shares his beloved invention with his family, a vessel that is capable of traveling on both land and water. This is the original hovercraft David Scott built over 60 years ago. Back then, the Federal Department of Transport had no previous experience with hovercrafts. They classified it as an experimental aircraft and required that it be given the registration CF-SNFX.
The Department of Transportation didn't know what to do with it, so they classified it as an aircraft. Technically, it floats on a small cushion of air, and so my dad had to get his pilot's license in order to operate the hovercraft.
Scott was inspired to design the prototype model hovercraft in 1963 during his final year of studying mechanical engineering at the University of British Columbia.
Which was so basic. I'm surprised nobody else had thought of it before.
Scott recalls transporting his hovercraft from North Vancouver in style.
But I bought an old Rolls Royce at Maynard's. My way to UBC one morning, a policeman saluted me, and I remember thinking, oh God, if only he knew. It was just a student.
At the time, Scott lived in North Vancouver with his wife and children and used their basement as a workshop to construct the hovercraft.
I remember my dad building the hovercraft in the basement. Didn't fit out through the usual exits. We had to take a wall off the house to get it out. My mom was not pleased.
Scott's family traveled from all over BC to celebrate his success.
Pretty incredible that he built something that works.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the old one that he made.
I'm so incredibly proud of my dad. I can't even express it.
In Vancouver, Angela Bowers, City News.